Welcome back. Now we answer questions we receive from you, our viewers. If you have a question, visit our website, QuranSpeaks.com. Dr. Shabir, the question is, did the author of the Quran know about electricity, fossil fuel, or DNA? If so, why didn't he make more of an effort to teach that knowledge to readers?
Mm-hmm. Of course, the questioner is asking from the perspective that there is a human author, and then the question is, could this human author have known all of these things?
Mm-hmm.
And the answer is that from the Muslim perspective, God is the ultimate author of the Quran. But historians will speak of a human author because from the historical, at least a secular perspective, there is no such thing as God writing a book. So every book must be traced back to some human author who lived some time ago. So we have this sense of dual authorship. Okay, so from the point of view that a human being wrote this, then naturally a human being 1400 years ago would not have known all of the things that are not humanly possible to know at that time, unless it was given to him by a divine revelation.
Mm-hmm.
And probably God wouldn't burden the mind of a human recipient of revelation some 1400 years ago with all of the knowledge that will be discovered by science and technology in the future. We can say that God, as the ultimate author of the Quran, knows all of these things. God knows the entire future. But would God reveal that to a human being and to human recipients at that time? No, because it would just confuse them. They would not have a frame of reference within which to make sense of all of these, even the terms themselves. Sometimes terms have to be introduced to capture new ideas, and the terms themselves have a kind of historical background that lead up to the coinage of that particular term for the new phenomenon that we're witnessing. So it's almost like a pyramid being built. Knowledge is like that. And you cannot have the pinnacle without the base. So for all of this knowledge to be introduced required, the passing of centuries and the collation of human experience, the accumulation of human experience and knowledge over time so that we can come to understand these things. So we can then, to summarize, we can say that the Quran has a dual authorship. From a historical point of view, one would credit this Quran to a human being who lived some 1400 years ago. For us, that's the Prophet Muhammad, peace be upon him, that they're talking about. But Muslims would not say that the Prophet Muhammad, peace be upon him, authored this. They would say he's the recipient of that divine revelation from God. And he, in his position as a human being, naturally, he would not know all of these things unless God revealed something specific to him about the future. But this is not the sort of thing we expect that God will burden his mind with, because it'll be too much for a human being to absorb at that time. And from the point of view that God is the author of this book, well, God knows all of these things, but why would he want to explain this to somebody who lived 1400 years ago and has no basis for understanding all of these modern concepts?
Thank you for your answer, Dr. Shabir.
You're welcome.
If you enjoyed this video, click like and subscribe. And please donate to support our work at QuranSpeaks.com.